cash flow statement, how does it look, and how does it present the information? So number one, as you can see here, A is cash from operating activities, the first one, and under this you can see net profit. That means net profit is the profit that you have earned, so that means this much cash is with you. Depreciation, we are adding depreciation, and remember, why do we add depreciation? Is very simple. Depreciation, please remember, is a non-cash expense. Depreciation is a non-cash expense. And what is the meaning of non-cash expense? The meaning of non-cash expense is, on account of depreciation, there is no outflow of cash. तो जब आपने P&L हमने देखा परसों, we saw the P&L, और P&L में बहुत सारे कॉस्ट आए, मटेरियल कॉस्ट आई, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एक्सपेंसेस आए, SG&A आए, राइट, इजंट इट? तो मटेरियल कॉस्ट का पैसा बाहर जाएगा, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एक्सपेंसेस का पैसा बाहर जाएगा, SG&A सेलिंग जनरल एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एक्सपेंसेस का पैसा भी बाहर जाएगा. लेकिन डेप्रिसिएशन को जो हमने कम किया हमारी इनकम में से, हमने डेप्रिसिएशन को कम तो किया, लेकिन क्या वो डेप्रिसिएशन का पैसा हम किसी को बाहर देने वाले हैं? आंसर इज नो. तो वो पैसा कहां पर है? वो पैसा कंपनी में ही है. एंड दैट इज व्हाई डेप्रिसिएशन इज आल्सो कैश अवेलेबल एंड इट इज पार्ट ऑफ द कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम द operating activities. So this is how you see the depreciation figure coming in here, and you can see both these figures are positive. So I'm just looking at the figures of 2021. You can see both these figures are positive, यानी कि inflow है, positive है, इसका मतलब inflow है. Now you look at the next line, change in trade receivable. Change in trade receivable, and you can see this figure is minus 108. Now what does it mean? It means, as far as this company's receivables are concerned, in the year 21, they have increased by 108 crore, 108 lakhs. 108 lakh से receivables बढ़ गए. इसका मतलब so much of cash of the company has got blocked in the receivable, and that is why this figure is minus. Then you look at the change in inventory. Change in inventory figure is positive, 244. What does it mean? It means in the year 21, company has reduced the inventory by 244 lakhs. So if the company has reduced the inventory by 244 lakhs, that means so much of money is now available with the company. So this is the cash flow from the operating activities. Likewise, changes in other current assets is minus figure. That means your other current assets have increased by 18 lakhs in the year 21, and changes in trade payable. Now this figure is minus 107. Now please understand, and here you have to be little careful. If my receivables are decreasing, it is inflow. अगर मेरे receivables are decreasing, it is cash inflow. For an example, last year my receivables were 100 crore. This year, at the end of the on the date of the balance sheet, my receivables have become 50 crores. So my receivables have reduced from 100 crore to 50 crore. That means 50 crore cash I have got in my hand from my receivables, and that is a good sign. And that is why you can see here that the change in trade receivables figure is minus 108. That means the receivables in this year increased by 108. And that means so much of extra money has got locked up in receivables. As far as payables are concerned, and just remember, payables and receivables are diametrically opposite. Payable का मतलब है जो पैसा मुझे देना है, receivables का मतलब है जो पैसा मुझे लेना है. तो अगर मेरे if my payables have reduced by 107, अगर मेरे payables कम हो गए 107, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? मेरे पेबल कब कम होंगे? मेरे पेबल जब कम होंगे जब मैं मेरे क्रेडिटर्स को पे करूंगा, तो मेरे पेबल्स कम होंगे. तो मेरे पेबल्स 107 लाख से कम हो गए. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि मैंने 107 लाख का ये साल में पेमेंट कर दिया है टू माय क्रेडिटर्स, एंड that is how my creditors have reduced by 107 lakh. That means what? That means it is a use of cash, or it is cash outflow. It is cash outflow. And then friends, what you have, you can see here. So then you will have the total, and you can see total net cash from the operations in the year 21 is 552, and in the year 2020 it was 487. So you can see that in comparison to the year 2020, the cash generated from the operating activities has increased to 552 from 480 against 487 last year. That means it is a good sign. It is a good sign. That means company is generating more cash from the operations. That is a good sign. Then you have the second category. Yes, please.
Sir, can you please explain how depreciation is positive?
How depreciation is positive? You may just okay. Okay, good. So देखो, you know what is depreciation? आपको याद होगा. Now you will remember on day one we discussed that profit and loss statement, and in the profit and loss statement हमने कहाँ से शुरू किया? We started from sales. From sales we minus the material cost, and then we minus the manufacturing expenses, and then what we got in our hand was the gross profit. And from the gross profit, you would remember we minused the SG&A, selling, general and administrative expenses. Or maybe what I can do is, just give me a second, I will just open the profit and loss so that you are simultaneously able to see it on the screen, and then you would be able to correlate it better as to how depreciation is positive. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect the profit and loss here for all of you. And then we will discuss the profit and loss. Okay, are you able to see Excel sheet on your screen? Everyone? Are you able to see it now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, very good. So I'm sure you can read it also, actually, isn't it? Okay, right. Now please pay attention. So ये अपना this is the P&L of this company we have in front of us. So now what do we have here? We have revenue from operations, we have other income, and we have a total revenue. That means this much money I am getting in my business from the operations. Now then what I am doing, I am deducting the cost of material consumed. Now this 677.88, that is cost of material, it is going to go out of my business because I will be paying it to my suppliers of the of material. Then employee benefit expenses 95.65. Now obviously this 95.65 is an expense. I will be paying this money to my employees. Okay. Now then you have a finance cost which is 9.16. So this finance cost is what? It is interest. I will pay to the lenders or the people who have given me the loan. So this 9.16 will go to them. Then we have depreciation and amortization, which is 46.44. Now please tell me, this 46.44 I am deducting from my revenue for arriving at the figure of net profit, isn't it? So ये जो 46.44 का जो depreciation का figure है, मैं इसको minus कर रहा हूँ from the income figure so as to arrive at the figure of net profit here, as you can see, 103.37. The question is, am I paying this 46.44 to anyone? And the answer is no. This 46.44 is not being paid to anyone. And if it is not being paid to anyone, then where is this money lying? This money is lying with me in my business only. And that is why when I want to find out as to how much is the cash that I am generating from my operations, I will need to look at the net profit, because net profit is the cash that I have in my hand, plus I also have this 46.44 of depreciation in my hand, and therefore how much is the cash I have in my hand in the year 21? It is 103.37 plus 46.44, and that is how the depreciation is positive, and that is how you will add the depreciation in your cash flow statement as part of cash flow from the operating activities.